Marc, for activists, this has been a really long fight, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been a long fight, and they were hoping that with Emmanuel Macron, this would be a quick victory. It didn't happen that way. It's true that during the campaign, Emmanuel Macron said he was favorable to such change in the laws here in France, but it took a lot of time. First of all, he was elected in 2017. The bill was only introduced in 2019, so it took him 2 years to push through this in the lower house of parliament. Then it went to the Senate, and the Senate is controlled by the Conservatives. And clearly they made a lot of amendments. It took a lot of time to negotiate a common bill. Now it's finally coming back before the National Assembly. And given Emmanuel Macron's party's strong majority in the National Assembly, it's a shoo-in. It will become law. So this is a big change, obviously, because fertility treatment for single women or lesbian couples has been a long fight. It will finally becoming a law, because until now, those women had to go to, for instance, Belgium and Spain to do such treatments. They will now be able to do it in France. However, surrogacy remains illegal in France. This was what some had hoped would also happen. Clearly, the government and Emmanuel Macron said no, one step at a time. This is essentially aligning France now with many other European countries.
Yeah, and it does remain, though, doesn't it, one of these sort of thorny social issues for governments to try and pass through. Do you think this will still be a politically difficult issue for Macron in the coming months?
Well, it seems that he waited, first of all, to introduce the bill and before making it become a law, because he wanted to essentially figure out what kind of opposition he would get from, let's say, more religious groups, especially the Catholic Church. The protests have been there, but they have been limited, quite muted. Why is he thinking about this? Because he vividly remembers that when his predecessor, François Hollande, introduced the gay marriage bill, there was a big protest movement that surprised nearly everyone. In the end, the bill was passed, but Emmanuel Macron, who already had his issues with some bills that didn't go through Parliament, but on social issues, on the retirement proposal and so on, he didn't want to have this in addition to the Yellow Vest movement, and especially not 10 months away from the presidential election. So I think he'll be satisfied that this has sailed through Parliament, that this will become law, but he didn't want to make too much of a fuss of it. He's not claiming that this is a big change. He wants to make it as discreet as possible because he knows that it can become inflammable. He managed to get it through the way he did it to avoid such a conflict, but you never know. Things are quite volatile in French politics nowadays.
All right, really interesting stuff. Thanks for your analysis, Marc Perelman, for us there.